What's up, YouTube? Back again with another new video. I'm really cold, so I got these limited edition pajama pants right here. And I was thinking, what are some of the clothing and sneaker purchases that I've had in the past that I regret selling? Now, there's actually a lot of shit I regret selling. For the most part, these items were either sold because I really needed money in that particular point in time, or because they shot up in value due to them being limited or something of the sort. So that's pretty much why it was never like, oh, I just want to get rid of this. It was usually kind of for a reason. In no particular order, we will start off with the first one, and that is the Kanye West Watch the Throne Tour t-shirt, which I sold on Grailed for a lot more than what I got it for, but I think I got it as a gift, so I got it for free. Reoccurring theme here, which is kind of fucked up. But anyway, so I got that shirt at the Staples Center in the December, I think it was like the tail end of December, one of his last, no, it was his last show in LA, Kanye and Jay-Z's last show in LA. And yeah, I got it there. I believe it was $40 at the time. I think I sold it for like 100 something, give or take. I don't remember off the top. And I noticed that's a shirt that's becoming increasingly difficult to find. And if you do find one, there's a high chance it's really nasty and fucking worn out, which is expected considering that tour was in 2011 and we're in 2017 now. But it was just a really dope design. Riccardo Tisci from Givenchy designed it, and you notice it pretty much looks exactly like the Rottweiler tee, which is also on this list. But yeah, it was really sick. If I could find one, it's particularly the Australian tour version, that would be really dope. And I don't think I want the Kanye one. I don't know, I'm just kind of fucking, I don't know. I don't really want the Kanye one anymore, but I do regret selling the one that I did have. But I think I would like the Jay-Z one, but the Australian tour version. So the one that has the stars as well as the initials on both sleeves. I thought that one was pretty dope. And the US version didn't really have as much detail. If any of you guys have said shirt and don't want to make me pay a lot, because I won't pay a lot, like I could totally pass on it, but I do miss having that shirt in my closet. But yeah, let me know if you guys have it in the comment section below. And next, a shirt I actually got for retail at a Guess in Beverly Hills. I actually drove out kind of on a whim, expecting to not find anything because I don't really live, or at the time I didn't really live terribly close to that area. I lived in Pomona at the time. And I drove out there because the collection had just dropped and I was several hours late. Like, I'm sure I think they told me there were people like camping there and shit. But I got there and it was the Guess ASAP striped tee, the orange and blue one. I got it in a large, I believe, even though I am a medium usually, but sometimes I do wear large. And that was oversized as well, I believe, but it wasn't anything crazy. It didn't look too crazy on me if you remember my old review video. And I sold it for a pretty decent amount over retail price, and I really want that shirt again, or at least that one or the green and purple shirt. I did have the white and blue one as well, which I also sold, but I kind of sold that one for the same money that I paid for it because I got that one on Grailed. Or actually, I think I made a little bit off that. But the orange and blue one, I like made a lot, I think, if I remember correctly. And now if you guys have seen the prices on Grailed, they've gotten a lot higher, so maybe I should have waited. But I think at the time I was kind of in a situation where I really needed to pay something. So I got rid of it, and I'm currently regretting it because I know it's still winter right now. But once spring and summer start up again, I'm going to be needing some t-shirts, and I got rid of almost everything. But that shirt was really dope. It was really thick, and it seemed like a really nice quality tee compared to some of like the other shit you see on the market right now. And yeah, I really loved the fit. It had a really nice like vintage feel to it, even though it was a brand new product. So yeah, I don't see myself getting another one just because the resale is so crazy. And now that once the product starts to get older, it's harder to find an actual dead stock shirt. Some of them are really old, or some people wash them like 50 fucking times and they look all nasty, or they're just like stained. I'm not gonna buy that. Now, another thing I regret selling was that vintage Adidas Olympic jacket. It was a Tisa Adidas jacket, so Taz Arnold grabbed it, added his logos and stuff to it, put his own personal touch. And man, I got that jacket for a steal. Like the dude who I bought it from forgot to set like a reserve price on eBay, even though I guess he wanted to set a reserve price, and I got it for way less than what it cost. Like, it was pretty crazy, but he was still dope, and he still sent it out to me. And he bought it at a Tisa event in New York. I think at a Vinny's Styles. I don't think that store exists anymore though. And that thing was fucking sick. Like, for those of you who remember seeing me wear it, I think I sold it on Grailed. I don't know why I don't remember anything like nowadays, but I sold it on Grailed probably. And I remember getting a decent amount of money, but it wasn't anything crazy. Like, I think I could have held out and made a lot more, although I did hold on to it for a long time. And at the time, I still lived like where it was always hot all the damn time, so it never really made sense to own that jacket. But now that I live where I currently do, I'm definitely regretting selling it, because that was a really warm jacket, and now I do not have it. And I know it's actually harder to find one at the moment. I believe there were less than 50 of those produced, believe it or not. And obviously you can get the one without the Tisa branding, which either way I don't really care. But obviously because it's an old item, it's becoming more and more difficult to find, especially one in good condition. I've seen some on eBay go for a couple $100, but I just don't think I want to pay that. Like, I wish I could get one for dirty cheap, or like find one at a thrift store without the logos, because some people get lucky and find some crazy shit there at their local thrift stores. And yeah, I mean, it's really sick. I liked the white one as well, which I never owned. The one that was worn in a Chris Brown's G-Shit video like 6 years ago. And yeah, I just really wish I didn't sell. I really wish I held on to it, but once again, sometimes things happen and you gotta get rid of shit, so that's exactly what occurred. And next, moving on to number 4, it is the Stussy Vibes Theophilus London collab denim jacket. And you might have seen that in a lot of my earlier videos, because I think I did wear it quite a lot. And the thing about that jacket is the second Kanye wore it, like way later, like he wore it way after the release, because I think Theo gave him one. That's when it suddenly got like a hefty price tag. Because when I went to the Stussy store to go buy that, like the day the Vibes capsule collection dropped, everyone in the line was like, nah, fuck that, like 200 whatever dollars at the time. This was like 2-3 years ago. It's way too much money. Probably not gonna wear it. And nobody in the line bought it. Not a single person. I went in, I bought the 2 of the Vibes shirts, the long sleeve and the short sleeve, and I bought the denim hat for my girlfriend. And then I was like, fuck, bro. Like, I told my friend, because he was with me, I was like, yo, I gotta go back and get that jacket. Like, I think it's gonna be dope. And he's like, man, it's like $200. So I like borderline maxed out my credit card at the time, because I bought like everything, even though they limited you to one like item, or like one of each item per person. I was like, no, I have to have it. So I went back in line, got in, tried on the jacket, bought it, and then my friend got so like into it, like he was like, oh fuck yeah, like he did it, I'm gonna buy that shit too. So then he went back in and then bought one as well, even though I don't think they had any small, so I think his was a medium just like mine was. And yeah, we both were the only 2 that bought them. And I was like, oh, like nobody else is gonna like buy these? Because there were a lot left at the Stussy store in LA. There was a fuck ton of them left. Like, okay, not a fuck ton, but there was at least like 10 or 15, which is a lot of jackets. Probably ranging from medium to large, maybe XL, but I'm not sure if they made an XL. And now it's becoming so hard to find, because like I said, once Kanye wore it, they went up to like almost $1,000. I didn't sell mine for anywhere near that, unfortunately. I wish. But I did get rid of it because I kind of had to at the time. And a lot of people hit me up, but a lot of people were like, oh, nah, you're overpricing it. And I feel like I was. But the main reason, I think, for me, like, pricing it the way that I did was because I kind of had, like, this, like, nostalgic attachment to it. Because I met Theo, like, wearing the jacket. I wore it to his concert. And I don't know, I really loved the fit of that jacket. I don't think any denim jacket I've had since has fit as well as that jacket fit. And it had that really like unique, I don't even know how they do it, but if you look at the way the logo was put on the back, it was like almost like stamped or pressed on, and it like formed to the denim. It was just really sick. And I haven't seen too many other jackets like it. And unfortunately, they're becoming increasingly hard to find. You can find, I think, a large on Grailed right now, if any of you are interested in that. But a lot of them don't have the pins, the patches are gone, maybe they lost them, or maybe they put them on something else. So I want that jacket again. I just don't see myself getting it because there was a rumor floating around that there were less than 100 of them. Because I think they only sold them, a little bit of them online, some in New York and some in LA, and that was it. So yeah, I really would have to get rid of a lot of items in my clothing to buy that, because I'm not willing to shell out the amount that somebody paid me for mine, which was a good amount. It wasn't $1,000, but they did pay me a pretty decent amount for that jacket. And yeah, I mean, it was just really sick. And next, I think we'll have this as the last one, even though there are some other things that I do regret selling. This is probably the main one, even though I did say this wasn't going to be in a particular order, but this is probably going to be the hardest item to ever find again for a reasonable price. And I sold mine for a very high price, considering that I had that shirt for damn well near, what, like 4 or 5 years, and I rarely wore it. Like, I kept that thing in pristine condition, and it was the Givenchy Rottweiler, which was obviously a grail to a lot of people. And that was like, back then, I feel like I bought a lot more expensive things. Like, I didn't buy that, I received that as a gift, so I really felt bad, obviously, selling it. But like I said already like 2 times in this video, sometimes life hits you, and sometimes the easiest way to come up on extra cash is getting rid of some of your pricier items in your closet. So I had to get rid of it. It was for a pretty good price, like as far as me, I mean, and I think as far as the person who bought it as well, because some of them are sitting, I think, at $900, $800, even $700. But he got it for less than $800, if I remember correctly. I'm not gonna say how much I sold it for, but it was less than $800. So you guys tell me if I gave him too good of a deal or if you think I fucking ripped him off. But as you know, that shirt became extremely hyped because Kanye wore it, among a lot of other celebrities. I think ASAP and Tyga, fuck Tyga, but I think they wore it as well. And that's kind of the iconic, like, revival of Givenchy, in my opinion. Like, that was the shirt that did it. That was the graphic that did it. Nobody gives a fuck about all these, like, reprinted Rottweilers that they've been doing over the years. Like, those are all fucking ugly. Like, the original one was like a fucking masterpiece. And that's probably why it was replicated and faked like crazy. Even though there was a cool, like, fake one. It was the Heron Preston bootleg one, the white one. That one was pretty cool. But, like, as far as, like, finding a real one nowadays, like, tough fucking luck. At least for a good price. So I really hope I can find that again in the future. I obviously can't afford to shell out that kind of money for it right now, because that's just fucking insane. But if I were to kind of accumulate enough things that I could trade for one that's in, like, damn well, like, perfect, like, damn near perfect condition, or at least good condition, I might do that. Eventually. Not anytime soon, because like I said, I just got rid of mine, I think last year. So it's a little too soon for that, but that's going to be a hard piece to find in a couple of years. So if you have one, I would suggest holding on to it and keeping it for a good while, because that's going to be an expensive item. I think a lot of people are going to remember how dope it was, and people are going to try to get it. I regret getting rid of it. Like I said, I don't know if I'll ever be able to find one for a reasonable price ever again, and I don't know if I do find one, I'll want to spend that much money, because it is a t-shirt after all. I mean, t-shirts are very wear and tear. Like, they don't, that's not, a t-shirt isn't something that lasts. That's why it surprises me that, like, some people are willing to spend so much frequently on shirts and then get rid of them, but maybe they're just ballers, you know, maybe they're just rich. I'm not, so I can't afford to do that, but I really miss that shirt. I'm fucking rambling now, but I don't know. This was just a nice little video that I wanted to do. I thought it would be a pretty interesting topic. Let me know if there's anything, like any grails you guys had that you had to sell because maybe you needed to pay for your college tuition, maybe your car broke down and you needed extra money. Yeah, like, let me know what you guys sold that you regret selling that you want to buy again. Let me know if any of the items that I named that I once had, you guys have and are selling, but don't try and, like, fucking fuck me with some expensive ass price that I can't afford because I'm fucking broke right now. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I do have a lot of other videos coming out pretty soon, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Peace out, YouTube.